We do this before every home game, and I'm with some phenomenal gentlemen. Gary Clark, future Hall of Famer. Brian Mitchell, future Hall of Famer. London Fletcher, future Hall of Famer.
Yeah, that London is a Hall of Famer.
He is.
I was just thinking the same thing. We need to say Hall of Famers. All
Can I
three
drop
of
the
us,
future?
man.
Y'all
Yeah.
cool with that? I need y'all permission to do that. I will drop the future. I'm here with 3 Hall of Famers,
Yeah,
guys
exactly.
that did some big things on that field, and we are here to preview the game. We're going to be talking about Jaden Daniels' return and how we got it done in L.A. We're going to be standing on business. We played that game a couple times. I don't know if London got to stand on business yet, but I'll teach you how to play that game.
I did, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're here with producer Caroline, Jason, Jerry in the back made us these little cards and everything like that, hooking us up. We appreciate all the fan love. We appreciate y'all so much. Let's get right into it, fellas, because the story of last week was all about Jaden Daniels' return. Missed 2 weeks, came back. We didn't know what we were going to see, but he was playing at his crib, Gary, which we all know that has a little extra motivation.
Oh, 100%. Like, he came back, he showcased why he is Jaden Daniels, why he is one of the top quarterbacks in the league. But also, when the defense plays well, the offense always looks a lot better as well, too. So I give credit to the defense as well as Jaden playing extremely well. But when your defense plays better, the offense tends to play a lot better.
I think when you look at it, Jaden came out there and just his presence puts stress on the defense. Yeah. They understand how he can run the ball. If you watch that game, you watch Los Angeles Chargers coming into the game, they have been giving up tons of yards to quarterbacks.
Yeah.
They completely ran a different defense against Jaden than they've done against everybody else because they were worried. And early on, they got to him a little bit. But once he settled down and realized that those pink shoes wasn't working, he'd already given his old to breast cancer, he decided to put on his real shoes, and he went to work. And when he knew that knee brace wasn't going to mess with him too much, dude went out there and worked. Jaden Daniels is special. It's a special dude. But you know what happens when Jaden's out there playing, everybody else also feeds off of what he does.
Man, I said, think about this. When Jaden got injured against the Packers, the last game he played, and then coming back 3 games later, he had a whole totally revamped receiving core.
Yes.
No more Terry, no more Noah Brown.
Yes.
Now Luke McCaffrey's playing a bigger role.
Yep.
Debo's a featured guy now. And then you got Jalen Lane making plays. So he had to get used to it. And he got 2 new starting tackles, 2 offensive linemen. So it took him a little bit to get comfortable, get his feet wet. It's, like you said, once he took that first hit and all that, he started to get into a rhythm. I figured they were going to change. They were going to spot him on 3rd down. That's the difference when you got Jaden, when you got Marcus Mariota. Now Marcus, when he was a little bit younger, like you had to spot him and like, hey, not let him get going, scrambling and all that. Like you mentioned, the Chargers, they played a totally different game.
Yeah.
We're not going to let him beat us, especially on 3rd downs when it comes to with his legs.
There you go.
Commanders family, we are out here at DC Prime out in Ashburn, Virginia. If you're listening, that was the music that was playing in the background. If you're watching, that's these immaculate vibes here at DC Prime. They take good care of us. We ate a whole steak before we even started the show, so we are feeling
Brian
really,
ate most
really
of the
good.
steak. It wasn't me and Gary, it was Brian.
I tend to eat a lot. And speaking of eating a lot, London Fletcher, my brother, you're not always on the show. But you're our defensive guy. You are our defensive Hall of Famer.
How that transfer to eating a lot, London Fletcher?
Because you used to eat on the field, my brother. You used to eat on the field. You sexy flesh now, so I thought you had the confidence for me to use that transition a little smoothly. My boy used to eat on that
I ain't going to let you get one in on me.
London just sent in the group chat a video of him tossing some guy's helmet off, hitting him with a hook, throwing him on the ground. So I don't want
that
no
was
smoke.
long time
no
ago.
smoke with London Fletcher. But London, when you talk about this defense, the game started off 10-0.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, Joe Witt Jr. gets in that lab and makes those adjustments, something we have been looking for when we have lost. Man, why haven't we made these adjustments? Joe Witt made those adjustments. We didn't give up a single point after that, man. How great was it to see those adjustments made?
Magnificent adjustment. So we went into that game. We were blitzing a lot on 3rd downs, but we weren't maintaining our gap responsibility. The hole was too wide. That's how Herbert was able to run for 41 yards.
Yeah.
Again, blitzing, cornerbacks running to each other, hit Keenan Allen, 29-yarder. He changed up his defense. He went to more of a 4-man rush, play zone coverage. You got more eyes on the quarterback. You got more eyes on just being around, being able to make plays. But that's what you got to have. Quan Martin, 10-0 Chargers driving.
Yeah, man.
He makes that fumble. That right there changed the momentum of that ball game.
I think people look at football, though, And they cheer for a team, and they think that their team is the only professional team out there.
Yeah.
The other teams have a whole 53 professional players, too,
Yeah.
with coaches that's been doing it a long time. So they may come up with something that may circumvent what you're doing. And then you make an adjustment. Like I tell people, Gary, how Coach Gill would practice adjustment. He was ahead of everybody. You know, the man would say, well, we're going to do this, they're going to try this, so we're going to run this. That's a little out there. Coach didn't have the life other than football. I'm going to just say this is true. You know, most guys have a life, so they don't have that much time. But Joe Witt said, okay, well, you're doing this, we'll switch it up on you. And when they made that switch, it helped them out. Now, I think going forward, that's going to give them some confidence. You know, and when they play complementary football, when both sides of the ball are getting a little bit in, I think they can beat anybody out there.
And Gary, B mentioned it, getting off to maybe a faster start, right? We did start off 10-0. How do we get off to that fast start? Because you know better than anybody. Getting off to that fast start, especially on prime time, can really set the tone for the game.
I mean, it's really about making sure that you're concentrating on what you need to do, how you need to do it, and what you saw on film earlier that week. The key is coming out and making plays when you have the chance to make a play. Yeah. But what I did like, we did start slow, but then was able to come through and kick butt for the rest of the game. Mm-hmm. I'll take that. I'll take that because, you know, some teams started off fast last week, and what happened?
Faltered at the
They
end.
came back and swept them.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, so it's all about how you finish the game, not necessarily how you start the game. It's all about finishing the game strong because at the end of the day, there's 4 quarters in a football game.
And B, Mitch, the story of this Monday Night Football is going to be the year 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels. Caleb going number 1, Jaden Daniels going number 2. They might be paired together for the rest of their careers because of that draft. You know how that goes. What do you expect to see from this matchup? Remember what we saw last year, that Hail Mary. What do you expect to see
But see,
Monday
it's
night?
a different team for both guys. It's another coordinator, a whole head coach in Chicago. I'll say this for a fact. Jaden Daniels not concerned about Caleb Williams one bit.
No.
That's a fact. I couldn't say it for a fact about Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels. Because once Jaden threw that Hail Mary last year, you would have sworn we were the rivals of the Chicago Bears. Because their fans have been in every Commander's text thread. They're on everything that somebody posts. And they have now made this thing into like, well, it's Jaden against Caleb. Well, to be honest with you, quarterbacks never play each other anyway. You know, they're not on the field at the same time. So I think this team right now, Jaden is concerned about him improving, helping his team improve, and he could care less about the Hail Mary. 'Cause, you know, what I love about the kid, when they ask, I call them dumbass questions, okay? He gives you a face to let you know he didn't like the question. You know, I understand that because sometimes people ask questions that they got a story they want to tell, and they want you to say what they want you to say, but no, he's not going to give them that.
Right.
But this game is not going to be about what happened last year. It's about what's going to happen this year. And this year, they got a receiver out there that's balling. Okay?
Odunze.
He is balling. They have a better defense. So we have to take what we did last week, bottle that up, bring it back this week, and add something to it. Because staying stagnant on what we did last week won't help us win this week. Because we threw a Hail Mary last year, that won't help us. We got to do more this year.
And London, like B said, it's all about this year. And this year, the Bears, 11th in scoring offense in the NFL, so they can put points up. But again, we saw what our defense was able to do, able to stifle a LA Chargers offense that is good as well. How can we have that same success against all these weapons that B mentioned, especially a guy like Odunze who scored in every game he's played this season?
They got some weapons over there. Zacchaeus over there, Olamide Zacchaeus, OZ. You mentioned Odunze. He's
DJ
having a
Moore.
nice league. DJ Moore hasn't even really got going yet. They got guys, they invested in their offensive line, especially the interior, traded for 2 guys, signed another guy in free agency. They knew they had to get better in the trenches. Caleb looks awesome in this offense, especially the last 2 games. It's more suited for his style of play. They get him out of the pocket. They use his legs, bootlegs, all that types of thing. He's throwing more stuff on schedule because Johnson is harping like, you got to throw this ball on time, all that ad lib and pro. It's a time and a place for it, but that can't be your first go-to. Like I'm an ad lib. So from a defensive standpoint, can't allow the explosive plays. And the Bears, we thought Green Bay took a lot of shots deep. They'll take about as many or even more. They gonna have some trick plays, shots, reverses, all those types of things. So you got to be prepared keep everything in front of you. We're going to have to get to Caleb. I mean, we're going to have to get to Caleb. We got to get some pressure on him. He's only been sacked once in the last 2 weeks.
And Gary, talking about the offensive weapons, they have a guy in DeAndre Smith at running back who's very, very capable. We remember seeing him in Philly. They're struggling this year. And a lot of times, you know better than anybody, when players are ready to get that breakout game, they want to do it against a team like us. They want to do it on prime time. How do we stop Swift from getting off?
I mean, that's a good question. And when you're talking about a running back, that's more of a question for B. Mitch, to be quite honest.
Or London.
I'm a wild out.
I'm trying to get my boy
I'm
Gary
going to pass it
involved.
to B. Mitch to get
Real
the answer
teammate.
to that question.
You got to get pressure. I mean, the thing about this, we play skill position. You look at the guys out front in the trenches and linebackers, those guys make games go. And I think what needs to happen, we've watched in games we've dominated defensively, Kinlaw, Deron Payne, Newton, those guys have dominated. If they can move, like I look at games, I tell everyone, people look for the big plays. Try looking at the game at the football and watch who's playing on the other side of that team's ball.
Yeah.
And if we could get Kinlaw and those guys moving that offensive line back, we can stop Swift like that. Running backs don't like getting the ball and having to make a move. They want to be able to hit it down here and don't make a move till they're like 2 or 3 yards down the field. So we have to do that. And then when you doing that and you getting that penetration, all of a sudden now you got guys like Bobby Wagner and all coming in and making those tackles. Linebackers are supposed to be the tacklers, not the defensive backs. When I see, the safety had 10 tackles, I'm like, that team's getting gutted.
That's not a good day.
If the safety had 10 tackles, they're getting gutted.
Yeah.
So you need to get some penetration and make them become more one-dimensional. And then flip it over. When we get the ball, Bill, Rodriguez, McNichols, Jaden, they have to be able to get a running game going to keep those guys on the sideline. Because I know one thing for sure. If we mess around and get 2 scores and this, that, and the other, Ben Johnson's going to throw away his playbook and start throwing the ball through the air. That's just how he is. That's most offensive coordinators. They want to make up everything in one. They tell the quarterback, don't try to make it all up in one play.
Yeah.
Well, hell, they call a play for them to try to make it up in one play. So if we can stop their run, stifle them a little bit, and have a legitimate run game, it throws the favor to us.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if we aren't able to run the ball on the Bears. They 31st in the league stopping the run right now. They don't do it. You talked about penetration, playing on the opposite, the opponent's line of scrimmage. They D-linemen, they don't play in the backfield. They don't get a bunch of disruptions. That's why you see them struggling stopping the run. But it's gonna come down to what we do. Can we stop that run? And then from there, our run game against their defense. Yeah, that's what I want to see.
That's a secret weapon.
I mean, our run game against their defense. Right?
And it was a secret weapon against L.A., right? Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt getting those carries, right? We kind of saw them doing a running back by committee. Dollar Bill got the start, got the majority of the carries, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns, truly was the heartbeat of our offense. Now, Gary, I know you're not a running back, but you know about making plays. You know about scoring touchdowns, man. How great was it to see our 7th-round pick be able to get it done?
I mean, I love a running back. I love all our running backs, to be quite honest. But when you have a running back who comes kind of like, not out of the blue, but kind of out of the blue, and nobody quite expected that of him, and he's able to come out and showcase. It's like, perfect example, it's like B. Mitch. When B. Mitch took back that kickoff right away, we was like, well, damn. You see stuff that you don't expect right away, but when it happens, it comes out, and the guy plays great. That's why I always said, you should always be worried about who your number 2 player, who's the backup. Because if your backup is better than your starter sometimes, which Ricky Sanders was a lot of times, but Ricky Sanders was the backup initially. Now we talk about Ricky Sanders, you don't ever see him being a backup, right?
No.
But what I loved about Joe Gibbs' second team was as good or better than his first team. That's when you have a great team. When you have your people are second. They call them second team, which they're not, because they're good. They're as good or better than the first team. But guys, You're going to win a lot of football games that way. And he's showcasing it. He's enjoying it. You can tell every time he runs the ball, he's enjoying himself running the ball.
You know why? 'Cause he practiced all last year knowing he wasn't going to play.
All you can ask for is
I get to play.
all you can ask for is your chance.
That's it.
But when you get your chance, you got to make sure that you don't give it back.
Yeah.
There you go.
And that's what he's like, no, I'm going to be the guy now. And in his mind, I know that's what he's saying. He's not going to say it publicly because we never do. But when you get your chance to start, you don't want to give it back.
Chris Paul. You just made me think of Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Chris Paul has been playing his tail off, man.
Man.
He got a vice grip on that job, man.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to.
I mean, he's big, strong, heavy-handed dude, quiet, but he's out there mauling folks.
And again, it's like opportunity.
Have gotten an opportunity in the NFL because somebody got hurt or somebody didn't play well.
Yeah.
And once you get that chance, your job is to make the coach never go back to the person.
100.
I got my job because 2 people got hurt. 2 people got hurt in the body bag game. I wouldn't play quarterback. I played quarterback, punt return, running back. I was covering kicks, everything. I basically said, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. And Joe Johnson, I give Joe credit. Joe said, bro, I'm going to teach you how to do this. After he got hurt, he kept teaching me. Some guys will say, I ain't helping you take my job.
Yeah.
You're like, man, I'm helping the team out. So you have to be able to do those things, bro. And you're right, Chris, bro. Oh, my Lord. Chris hit dude boomer, and they just moved.
It's over with.
I'm serious, dude.
Hey, the legend of Big Fletcher was born when somebody got injured.
Oh, yeah? How about you tell us about that real quick?
No, my rookie year, I'm playing nothing but special teams. I end up being, initially I was like just a backup nickel linebacker, eventually move up to the backup Mike backer. Week 15, this was 16-game season. Eric Hill, you remember Big E?
yeah.
You remember Big Eric Hill, played for the Cardinals, then he came to the Rams. He got hurt towards bicep. That Monday I come into the facility, and man, he was bored, so he was signing some fan mail. He like, big fella, it's on you now. You got it. I said, got what? Now, mind you, that next game, we about to play the 49ers. They still got Jerry Rice, Steve Young, T.O., Garrison Hurst was balling. I'm like, man, I got what? So, man, I studied so much getting ready for that game. I was studying in the locker room right before the kickoff. Like, I'm still studying my stuff. I went out there and I put on 16 tackles. Yeah, that's what I did.
Put that work in, man.
So the legend of Big Fletch was born off of injury.
In London, when you got those 60 tackles, right? Because I look at Bill the same way. When you get that stat line, when you finally get on that field and do it, what does that do for your confidence as a player? Because I'm assuming Bill is going through that same thing, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Just he's the fruit of his labor. Here's the crazy thing. He's just scratching the surface of what he's going to really be able to do. We'll fast forward week 17 or even a year from now, like, man, this dude is so much better. Because he doesn't even realize what he doesn't know right now. Yeah. He's just out there playing. He doesn't really even realize there's another level he'll get to in terms of being able to set blocks up, being able to become more of a weapon in the passing game, being there at that third down back, knowing that they can count on you to pick up blitzes. There's so much more to his game that we're going to look at this game and be like, dang, that was an average Bill type game. After what he's going to do. He got
some of the things he does instinctively are things that running backs try to learn and coaches try to teach him.
Yeah.
You watch those 2 touchdowns, that's an inside play. But he gave that stutter, boom, outside, Edgerrin James, exactly like that.
So it's crazy. We had him on the Players Club this week. Shout out to the Players Club.
Emmy nominated Players Club.
Emmy nominated Players Club. And we asked him who did he watch come growing up, and he said, man, I studied all of them and just add them to my game and stuff like that. He said his favorite player actually was Barry Sanders. But then he said to this day, though, before he goes to bed, like he has to watch some film, like just watching film.
Keep that up.
Yeah,
bro.
I was like, this kid gets it.
Yeah.
He's one of those kids that's just locked in. It's funny watching B. Mitch watch the games because he'd be like a proud uncle watching Bill. Every time Bill touched that rock, him and Jalen, man, B. Mitch be a proud uncle. We're having fun here out of DC Prime for our game day preview. Fellas, before we move on to some fun and some walks down memory lane, Gary, we got to talk about Debo, man. Because you talk about guys stepping up in a role. No, he was not a backup. No, he was not, sitting on the bench waiting his turn. But it's different when you step into that number one receiver role, especially when you're filling in for a guy like 1-7 and Terry McLaurin. Him coming in this season, people were doubting him. People were worried about what kind of shape he is, what he had left in the tank. I think Debo has shown us he is still a true number one receiver in the NFL.
I agree. And I think, quite honestly, every receiver, whether they're considered the number one receiver or not the number one receiver by the general public, when you go into a game, you have to feel that you're the guy.
Yeah.
Like, you go in, like, I guarantee you, myself, Art, and Ricky, all three of us thought we were the guy. And if you don't feel that way, then you probably shouldn't be playing. You probably shouldn't be playing if you don't think you're the guy. You should want the ball every time. But what I love about Debo, every time he touches it, it's exciting. Yeah. Every time he touches it, it's exciting. For me, I don't think he touches it enough. I'm going to figure out a way to get him the ball.
Yeah.
Because every time he touches it, he can always break it. He's always exciting in what he does. And he's got himself in the shape because I think we always a little concerned that he got hurt a lot. And, and typically when you get hurt a lot, you can be a great player, but if you're not on the field, you don't get to showcase it enough. But he has gotten himself in such great shape that those injuries are not going to come around this way again. He doesn't have to worry about those muscle tears and things that he had in the past. He's balling, straight up balling. And I can't wait till Terry gets back because then wait and watch then.
Yeah.
Man.
Wait and watch then. When you have a combination of all these guys playing great, that's when all of a sudden you find the offensive coach, offensive coordinator is going to find another way to incorporate all these great players playing together. When I first came out, we were a two-receiver set. It was me and Art. But all of a sudden, we started seeing Ricky Sanders make plays. And what do? All of a sudden, the posse gets born, and we're a 3-wide team all of a sudden instead of being a 2 regular team. And then Ricky had the heavy package, So when you see great players play great, they will create an offense around them that makes them even better than they were. And that's what's going to happen, I believe.
A true game changer in Debo Samuel. When I think of a game changing moment, of course we all think about that Hail Mary last year against the Bears. But we want to turn the page, right? We've heard about that Hail Mary in nauseum. It's a new year, like B-Mitch said. So I want to go even further back because I'm here with Hall of Famers, like London said. London, I'm going to start with you. Those game-changing moments. What game-changing moment were you a part of? I'm sure there's hundreds that you were a part of being a Super Bowl champion on. Which one would you pick?
I got to pick the Super Bowl that we played against the Tennessee Titans when Mike Jones made the tackle on the 1-yard line. You talking about game-changing moment? That was life-changing type moment, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's to have that bond and you two guys know what it's like. When you win something together, you will forever be connected. I'm on a group chat text with these guys, and I haven't played with them in over 20 years, 25 years almost. But we still have that connection. And it was all because of that play that Mike did, doing his fundamentals, tackling them on the 1-yard line, and we're forever etched in history.
Wow. That's strong.
B-Mitch, what about you, man? That's a big one to follow, bro.
Well, I will follow one, and I'm going to go back to the Super Bowl because the guy that Gary thinks I'm crazy for fighting, Jumpy Gethers. In the Super Bowl, we're playing Super Bowl 26, playing against the Buffalo Bills, and you heard about Jumpy Gethers having this move called the forklift, where he would lock his arms around the guy, lift him up, and walk him to the quarterback. Well, I guess he got tired of walking him to the quarterback. He threw the lineman and hit Jim Kelly and knocked him out. And Jim was woozy. Yeah. So when you're in the Super Bowl,
and you fought this dude?
Huh? Yeah.
Of course he did, London. Of course he did.
But
fought everybody.
when you're out there already losing and then you lose your quarterback, you're not winning the game.
Yeah.
So we didn't think they had a chance in hell of beating us anyway. But when Jumpy decided to launch an offensive lineman at the quarterback and boom, and knocked him out. That changed the whole ball game right there. You see like that. You see defensive guys inside don't get the love that it's supposed to get. But that dude right there.
I got a question for you. Did you try to fight him before or after that incident?
This was in
his rookie year.
That was in training camp.
So it was before. Okay. Because that also made it.
That adds to the story. He was clearly very mad at you, B, but you had to let it go.
He hit me and I had to hit him back. I wasn't backing down from it.
Gary, very hard was to follow, bro.
That's when I told Art and Ricky, I'd be like, because, I would yell at people. I was this little guy, but I would yell at people. But I was like, I ain't messing with B. Mitch. I'm going to shut the hell up. I'm not just saying. I said, he's going to fight Jumpy Gathers. It's like, I ain't got nothing to say to this guy other than good job. Good job. He can get sacked. Good job. But I don't know. Say, wow.
Game-changing moment.
For me, I grew up a Minnesota Viking fan as a kid. I was a Minnesota Viking fan. And we had a chance to play them in, I think it's the 86 season. And we had just lost against the Giants. And we came back, and I had like hamstring. I screwed up my hamstring. So Jerry Rome decided to pull me out of the game for a second. And I remember Joe going, like him and Joe are fighting on the intercom. Like they're going back and forth, And I heard Joe say something like, well, he's our best receiver. We need him in the game, So I come in, we go into overtime, right? So I'm back in the game, and they throw me a little hitch route, and I'm able to give a little dip to the inside and spin it up, take it about 30 yards up the field. We score a touchdown, right? And everybody just explodes. Like, everybody runs onto the field. They're picking me up, Like, for me, that was game-changing for me. First of all, I got to beat my childhood team because at the end of the day, my childhood team, so of course I wanted to crush them when we played them. And to have my teammates come around me and just pick me up, and for me to be able to look at Jerry Rome and say, don't take me out of the freaking game ever again. And that felt good as well. But, just having your teammates show that kind of love, and us winning the football game in overtime like that, and the fans just going crazy, the RFK was rocking. For me, it truly felt like I came on, like I'm part of the team now. Like I'm a pure asset of this team. And it was just a great feeling for me. Yeah. But it's not like fighting Jumpy Gathers, though.
It's hard to beat
well,
that.
I see, Gary won't put that in there. I'm going to tell you a career-changing moment for me. We're playing against Minnesota. Gary's not getting the ball in the first half. And Gary walks in the locker room, and he decides to have anybody heard John Thompson? John would always say, when you're cursing, you're speaking in tongues. Well, Gary started speaking in tongues to Coach Gibbs. And I'm like, okay, let me check this one out. And Gary goes to the second half and balls the hell out. And Coach Gibbs said, great game. Don't ever talk to me like that again. I'm like, so if you play well, you could say stuff like that to the coach? Because he lost his damn mind. Believe me. You remember that?
No, I did not remember that at all.
Hey, y'all, I don't know the Commander fans that are here right now. Give it up for them, because that stories and memories, like, that's crazy right now. That was awesome. Shout out to our producers for putting that together. That was really, really fly. And one thing we do, because a lot of y'all are new here, we appreciate y'all being here so much. We're out here at DC Prime doing the game day preview. We do this before every home game, and hopefully we continue to do this more and more, because I have a great time doing this with you guys. But one thing we do to end the show is we play a game called Standing on Business, right? Where I give the guys a scenario, a topic perhaps, and they let me know if they're standing on it or they sitting this one out. So if they're standing on it, it means they think it's gonna happen. If they sitting it out, it means they ain't trying to put that on wax just yet. So Gary, we're gonna start with you.
Okay.
This first one of Standing on Business, Jaden Daniels will throw for 300 yards. Now, mind you, the only time in his career he has thrown for 300 plus yards was last season against the Chicago Bears. So are you standing on that, or are you sitting that one out?
I'm looking at Caroline.
Producer
and Caroline is telling me to stand on it, so I'm standing on it. I do what the producer tell me to do.
Gary, other than Caroline, our amazing producer, telling you what to do, why do you feel that Jaden is poised for one of those just special games? We know he's a primetime player. This is a primetime game.
Because Caroline told me to say it.
That's all we need to know.
She threatened my life, quite honestly.
Listen, Caroline's a big Jaden Daniels fan, as we know. She loves her Commanders. All right, we're going to move forward to B-Mitch.
All right.
Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt will have his second consecutive 100-plus rushing yard game. My boy Dollar Bill, you standing on that?
I will, because Bill only had 14 carries, had 111 yards. That was, 6.9 yards a carry.
Mm-hmm. He leads the league in that.
All right, when you look at what Bill does out there, man, first of all, I just go back to his last year in college. He knew he wasn't playing a game. The NCAA screwed up. But the dude practiced every day. He ran the offensive scout team against the defense. The guy with that type of character, that type of drive, hell yeah, because he felt it last week. And one thing about NFL players, when you feel that luster, all you want to do is get back there again. That offensive line also felt it too. And I talked with, Biotish, and I said, man, Bill, he said, bro, both of those plays are supposed to go inside. The dude walked in the end zone outside. Absolutely. He said, he made us look good. He said, the block wasn't inside. So if he can get it done like that, I'm expecting him to go for 100 again.
All right, be standing on that last one. So, London, you get the game now. I know you're not always here with us, but I know you're ready.
I'm ready. Gary and B.
London, you can ask Caroline if you need to.
Yeah.
Just don't look away because she's going to bully you into it. All right.
They set the stage.
Commanders will have 3+ sacks against the Chicago Bears.
Come on, man. Oh, yeah. You know I'm standing on business.
Yeah.
I'm standing on business. Oh, yeah. 10 toes down, man. The way this D-line is playing, especially at home, you look at our 2 home games, they've been able to get after both quarterbacks that we played at home. I think they build off last week's game, coming off a 5-sack game against Justin Herbert and the Chargers. And I know that Caleb Williams, he's only been sacked once in the last 2 games. But it's just something about our group. I feel like we'll be able to get a big enough lead to where now they're more drop-back passing game as opposed to the play-action type of game. So, yeah, I'm standing on business. We're going to get 3+.
I'm not surprised at all that these Hall of Famers right here are standing on business, because that's what they did on the field, and that's what they do off the field. Y'all give it up for these Hall of Famers right here. Yes. This has been our Game Day Preview podcast. We are here at DC Prime, leading up to every home game. That might be on a Wednesday, that might be on a Thursday. We will make sure to always put that on our socials. We may be doing it for the away games too. Hey, listen, now, honestly, Gary called it. We've been good luck doing these home games now, so if we get another win, I feel like that's on wax. That's Esty Stone. We are good luck. And our producer, Caroline Suda, is good luck. Jason running the audio is good luck. And our Commanders fans are good luck. Thank y'all so much for pulling up on us. Make sure we got these cards where y'all can get like some autographs and things like that. So make sure you get those cards. It was made by our amazing fan back there with that amazing hat. And if you're not going to the game, make sure you tune into Game Day Live, Command Center Game Day Live with myself, Mr. 8 to the 9, Santana Moss, and the Hall of Famer, Brian Mitchell London. I'm going to make sure I say that from now on, okay? I don't want no smoke, bro. I see you looking at me over there. I don't want no problems, right? We will be live at, I believe, 6:30, Yoke? 6:30. And if you're in the building, go to section 232, pull up to us. Oh, B, we doing like 2 hours, bro. It's prime time. We going to be talking. Oh, make sure you tune in. If you're not in the building, go ahead, London.
Nah, you got to talk. Once they do the pregame show, then they got to come listen to the game.
Yes, you can listen to the game on Big 100 and the iHeartRadio app. See, I had that one in the tuck, London. I wasn't going to forget about you, my brother. But what I was going to say before he interrupted me was that if you're in the building, if you're in Northwest Stadium, pull up to section 232 so you can meet V-Mitch, you can meet Tana. I'll be there as well. And we have a really good time. We'll be there for pre, post-game. But Fletch pull up sometimes now. Let's walk around like he the president out there. He has security with him.
We got the whole crew.
We got the whole crew there. Maybe even Gary will pull up on us too. I know Gary be having a good time in the suites, but maybe he'll pull up on us in section 232 for some prime time football. This has been our Game Day preview out here at DC Prime in Ashburn. They take great care of us here. I'm here with Hall of Famers London Fletcher, Brian Mitchell, Gary Clark. I'm your host, Bryan Colbert Jr. Until the next home game, baby. We out this thing. We about to eat up on some steak.
Get it now.